gets all this stuff, but that's a lot of money. I look through my stuff and I don't have anything to come up with, because Mike wants something with value of around 50 or better. But this is the second time that Bob, what did the first one bring, Mike? It was over 300?
Over 300.
So this is an excess of 600 from this guy. I think we ought to do something for him.
Post it on the website, and on the Facebook
I mean,
page.
something,
And to give him something personal.
you know, yeah, I think we should bring him in and do something. I mean, it's fuel for thought. We don't have to decide on tonight, but we should think about that.
We'll get him a free T-shirt.
I mean, that's a lot of different stuff that he donated.
One thing I wanted to talk about, Hal, in a second, was as far as fundraising, I'd like the committee or the board to entertain that when we reach the mark to pay for the insurance, that it gets done immediately. So when the treasurer confirms that with me, if we have enough donations coming in, when we reach that point, I'd like to just have Murray write the check for it and get it done.
We're 800 short.
I don't
really wait for meeting to meeting to see.
I don't believe that's a problem, as we've already approved for the bill to be paid. We're just, so, I mean, the motion's already been made and passed, so we just really, as soon as,
Just got to talk to Janice.
yeah.
Okay, good.
And
Janice
if I could real quick, I actually forgot one committee, and I just realized it as we were talking about Bob, scholarships. Mary, you've actually done a really good job with that the past few years. Would you want to continue?
Yeah, I have no problem.
And I'll jump on that committee with you. Is there anybody else that would be interested in being on the scholarship committee? Mary's the chair.
I could be on that, which is,
All right.
I end up donating.
Anybody interested in being an alternate, or?
I think 3 people are
It's the
on that.
people that
Lauren
donate.
will be the alternate.
Very
Okay. So sorry about that. I know Hal had something else. It just
I got
popped in my
the
head.
list.
I have one other thing, but I'll go after you.
Okay, sorry, I have a little bit of a list, because I'm trying to get a few things updated. Since we formally recognized the young Kelly ladies as junior managers, I'd like to post them, because I talked to the parents, they gave me permission, I'd like to post them as junior managers to our website.
I don't see a problem with that.
Also, within the website,
Page?
yeah, also, I would, what I done for like Mr. Heck, he's a Forever Tree donor and sponsor. I like, to add Mr. Hasty, if I have permission from him to start listing our donors and sponsors.
We should.
It's good, really good PR. And also, this year I believe we're giving out for environmental science. Right, I'll post that as one page. We'll be giving that out that person will be announced after the graduation. Because when you look at different organizations, right, you have a link to their application form, which we have to eventually work on. And they say yearly we're giving out for this, right? When this organization approaches potential donors and sponsors, where they approach us, we have different categories that we give out for, because we have never had that before.
So, quick question. So you said Bob would be
Yeah, I would like
one of the
Mr.
Let's
Hasty.
make a motion that we automatically list everybody who
Okay.
donates.
Yeah.
And we don't need to be approving this every time
Yeah.
somebody gives us money.
Yeah.
I second.
So why don't you make a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Thanks.
Wait, one question.
On the question? All in favor?
Aye. All opposed?
All opposed? Motion carries.
One more quick question, Cal. So I'm guessing you're going to add the Zalos and C&M auction?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I just wanted to clarify.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, this is going back to the Sarah grant. Sierra, I might be botching that name. This could be, it's also educational. okay? What I've been doing is I've been actually taping me planting trees and so forth on the island. It also gives, I work on more of the educational part for me being on the island, so I can create the virtual classroom where Google Hangout and so forth, that end. One of the other things is the Christmas tree farm is a short-term and a long-term. Also, which I want to try to create by the community farming is another short-term and mid-term and renewable income. Because me being over there last Monday, I just found about a good 10,000 new blackberry bushes. That in an area that hasn't been used on that island in 70 years. That's a sellable, marketable item. Also, Mr. Reinhardt found last year, and I just confirmed it, we have a blueberry bush over there. I know they grow. And working with if I can go permission work with Arbor Day Foundation, donate us an apple tree. Donate us 2 apple trees and so forth, so we can make that long-term renewable.
Quick question on that.
Yes.
Though. I don't remember if it was you. I know somebody on Locust Avenue or something, they wanted to do like a garden, and the city right away, shot it down.
That was Hal.
That was me.
That was, and they shot it down because there's all these regulations. And
I know, I have the regulations.
I'm just curious if this is going to have anything to do with
I have the regulations.
I don't need another edict from the mayor, that's all.
No, you're not. You're not.
Because, anytime,
I have the
anytime you
paper.
try to do something sensible.
I have the paperwork. I have the paperwork for the state of New Jersey Division of Agriculture. It's actually a subdivision on farming. And part of this, Sarah grant, is, one of the categories, is marginal farming in a coastal plain. The island fits in that.
So the city can't come down with their bureaucracy and smack your hand or anything?
If they want to jump up and down about Christmas trees,
Well, I was concerned more about the blackberries and
But-
don't say you're trying to poison somebody. I can already see it coming.
but I already have somebody from the Rutgers Division of Horticultural Lab.
Okay.
That's volunteering.
That's why I'm just making
I've been
sure.
planning this
I don't
for
want-
6 years.
I just don't want you to do all that work for them to come
Yeah.
over and put a little red tape around your blackberry bush.
Okay, next subject, Hal, we got 8
Sorry,
minutes
Hal.
unless you want to extend the meeting.
No, finish up.
I wanna make a motion that we, contact the state and arrange for an audit. To be done every time we change treasurers.
I would second that.
Are they gonna do it for free? Is that what you said?
Provided
That's why
they
I
do
said
it for
that
free?
I wanna contact this, I'm making the motion that we contact the state and inquire about getting an audit, and that we, find out what we need to find out, and then vote on the audit,
I'll second that.
if it's gonna be free.
Yeah, if it's gonna be free, I don't have a problem.
One more thing from Maria. On the question? All in
And
favor?
I'd like to amend the, motion. As treasurer, I would like Murray to contact the state.
Second on the amendment?
Sure, I'll second that amendment.
On the question?
There is no question.
On the question, I'll just make a brief comment. Thanks, Murray.
And I'll be down to razz you.
You always are.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Yes.
You don't get a vote.
Motion carries.
Just the one more quick thing. Just as a reminder for the other managers and for the public, we currently do not have a secretary, as there was none appointed tonight, and I ask that no one reappoint me tonight. So if you know anybody that would be interested in volunteering, contact the board. I'm grateful for having helped the board for the past 3 years, but I feel it's time for me to step down and focus on other things. So if anybody has anybody in mind,
Tony deserves a round of applause.
All these years too.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tony. Yeah, we do, there are a couple of people in the works, we are interviewing folks, because it's hard to keep, they won't fill Tony's shoes, that's for sure. As new business, Don, did you have something?
Yeah, I got a couple of things here. One is, there was at city council, they were speaking about the public portion. I'm just going to give a copy of it to the president so he has it. And bless you.
Thank you.
I took it upon myself to produce for the board
Thank you.
business cards, which are specifically for that way you can, if anybody asked you or whatever, you got any information, any contact, all you have to do is put in your name and number. Unfortunately, you have to do it on the back. The only reason is because they clear coated them so well, a pen doesn't work on it.
Oh, they sealed them?
Even the gel doesn't, or like
Gel.
a felt tip marker one?
Probably an indelible gel or something like that might work on it, but I tried it with it.
That's what I'm thinking, like a thin tip Sharpie might. I have quite a few of those.
This way, if you have anybody that has any interest that wants to get involved or anything, you can put your name and your contact on there.
I have a gel pen right here.
Hand them out as you see fit.
Thank you, Don.
Thank you.
I have 500 of them, so we do have plenty. These are stacks of 25.
Gel will work, but it's a little, you gotta go over it a couple times. So maybe what do you call them, the Sharpies, the fine tips?
Yeah, sure. The other thing was that Tony and I had a lively conversation on the advocates page about having 2 meetings a month, going back to that. And I just put the question out to the board to think about it.
Well, maybe it could be put on next month's agenda.
Sure.
And that reminds me, something else that needs to be on next month's agenda, because the time is coming up, scholarships. When are we interviewing?
Mary's working on that.
But I mean, which meeting are we having, are we gonna have the applicants come to?
Last year, we had the school choose.
And I was
the
really
recipients.
disappointed in that, I didn't like
I
that.
don't like that either.
I like getting to know the
I
applicants.
did enjoy seeing them. We're a little late now. We are almost out of April. It's difficult for the school to get kids to even apply for not just our scholarships, any of these scholarships. And if we are going to expect kids to apply, graduation is mid-June. And I mean, I'll tell her we want to put the applications out there. Are we going to ask the same questions? Are we going to, they've got, usually we give them about 6 or 8 weeks to get in the application and their essay questions and all that stuff. And then we, because we usually have the interviews at the May meeting. We have to have them at the May meeting.
I was thinking, since we have so much to go on the May meeting, I'd be willing to pay for the advertising for a special meeting to interview the applicants the last week of May, because I would really, really like to have them come back like they did. I mean, it's nothing against the school picking them, but I feel like it's something to look forward to every year, to hear the students speak, to get to know them, to read their entries. I feel like that's really important. I mean, every school teacher or guidance counselor has their favorites or the student that stands out. We might be missing out on the student that doesn't stand out as much to them. So I would really like to get to meet them, and I'd be willing to pay for the ad. We could have it on the night before our regular meeting or something like that. I wouldn't be opposed to that. And maybe we could talk tomorrow night or have like a quick meeting of the scholarship committee and work out the questions and get those applications in. And
Speaking of scholarships, Mike, I have a question for you. Now, this $80 scholarship, this is from you and Jamie, right? In memory of your parents. So why are we turning, this has nothing to do with the island board.
Yes, it does. It's the commission that I would have charged for selling this stuff
Right.
at the auction.
Donated it back.
Oh, I
So
see what you're
donated it
saying.
back rather
Okay,
than-
gotcha.
He took the commission he
Okay.
would have put in his pocket and gave it
for
back.
an in memory of.
Okay.
And since we're on scholarships briefly, you can add another $100, Murray, I'll see you and bring you a check.
Mary
For
paid it
scholarships.
150.
Get it up.
You'll take my 100 and you'll like it.
I'll just ask for the other 50.
Get in his pockets.
I'll give you 150, Mark.
You're paying the extra 50 out of it.
All right, I'll put in 150. It twisted my arm. He's tough.
All right, so the committee will meet and you can send us an email as to whether you want to actually do a separate meeting and do the advertisement?
I think we should. I mean, how does everybody else feel about that? Maybe then just the committee can meet with them and we won't need a meeting, but I really think it's nice for all of us managers to take the time and meet and listen to these kids.
I like to do it, especially putting up money each year.
All right, so
I'd like to have a hand in picking who gets that money.
we'll get together tomorrow night, whether on phone
I
or...
won't be home tomorrow night, I have a commitment.
All right, well, we'll work it out when we're going to get together as quickly as possible. We'll set a date, get the ad in the paper. Murray, when the bill comes, see me for the money. Fair enough?
I want it up front.
Okay.
We don't even know what it's going to cost.
Make a motion to adjourn?
Second.